Hi guys, I'm here with Alice Ardelean, talking about her recent fight and the risk and reward of MMA. Hi Alice, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you. Thanks for the invitation also.
Of course, thank you for agreeing to do this. So before we start, I just wanted to congratulate you on your last fight, which I'll get into later. But to start off, can you please tell us how you first got into MMA and what your journey has been like from the beginning to where you are now?
Sure. I'm originally from Romania, so I started there about 15 years ago, maybe more, when MMA was really small, especially in Europe. It was kind of non-existent, and I was inspired by Gina Carano.
Hmm.
She's amazing, yeah, and also Nate Diaz at that time was pretty big. So yeah, I just started with a group of friends doing some like MMA. Like we were just, I don't even know. The, the sessions were just very plain and very like we were just fighting each other really. No
Hmm.
technique, no nothing.
Hmm.
And then I got into striking more because my coach left Romania. And yeah, I continued with striking. Then I moved to other town to just continue MMA. And I mean, little by little, like I had a lot of steps. Like I moved to another city, then I moved to another country, then I moved to another country, and then I'm here in US right now. So yeah.
How's your training going here in Orlando now?
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm so glad I found this gym, Fusion Excel. Julian Williams is the main coach. I'm so grateful I found this gym. Phil Rowe, he's also a fighter in the UFC. He
Mhm.
introduced me to his management team and also his gym.
Mhm.
So I just came to visit one day, I think last year in February, and I really liked it. So yeah, I did my last camp here fully, so that there's the result as well.
I'm so glad to
It's
hear
really
that.
amazing. Yeah, I don't have absolutely no complaints.
Yeah, I love that. I love to hear that that you found like your family at the
Yeah.
gym. So now into the questions that I want to ask you about MMA and like the risks and reward of MMA. So my first question is, since MMA can be very like brutal and very violent, what keeps you wanting to do it, even you knowing the risks of the sport?
I mean, there are risks. There are also, what, there's more sacrifices than risks, really. Like risks, yeah, you risk to get injured and like you risk to have I'm sorry, it's my English is not
No,
my
it's
first
okay.
language, but like you risk to have when you're getting old, your bones and everything are just very um
Brittle.
brittle after all these years of like but it's worth, I don't know, I mean, you have to be a fighter, you have to be in there to feel what you feel when you lose or when you win. It's just so different than anything else I've ever done in my life.
Mhm.
It's just very intense feeling. Both of them, obviously, it's really nice when you win. It's like you touched heaven. It's amazing. When you lost, then you feel obviously you feel. Ooh, I feel like somebody died. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah. So I mean, I don't know. It's just. Yeah, it's a good question. I never thought about that before. Like, yeah, the risks and everything. Because us as a fighter, don't care about injuries. I don't think there's any fighters that like. Because if they would care so much, then they wouldn't do it.
Hmm.
No, no, we just go in there, give our best.
Hmm. I like that answer to your question because most people don't really overthink about the risks. They're just like, I love the sport and I continue to do it. So I'm glad to hear your point of view on that. But going into my next question, I know you're working with Mika from the UFCPI. on your mental health. So knowing that, do you think the mental side of fighting is harder than the physical side?
Not necessarily, but it's a it I would class that as a session. Every time I'm working, I do classes as a session, and you have to be also constant with it. Um, it really helped me with my last fight, and I've been also working since then. Regardless if I won, I was keep having my weekly meetings with Micah. Um, I think that's as important as the training because regardless, you're in the best shape of your life. You're I don't know, you're amazing. You feel, but if that night or if that week you're just not there in your mind, that's just gonna be a mess, which happened to me before. So I feel like yeah, it's there, super important. It's super. I wouldn't say hard, but it's quite hard. There's like some stuff you have to do always.
Mhm.
you have, you have to like be so focused and concentrated, and I'm like, me as a person, I'm a very impatient person, and my mind is all over the place. I'm very very hyperactive in my mind. I overthink also, but yeah, all of these sessions help me to calm down a bit.
I'm glad that all those sessions helped you because your performance last fight really did show all that improvement mentally and physically, of course. Um, Another question, which is something I'm very curious about as well, is how do you take care of yourself in and out of fight camp physically and mentally? Like, do you have any routines or like when do you rest?
Oh, okay. So see, this is one more thing that Mike has really focused on.
Mhm.
It's like we are fighters and we all like live in the gym, but we have to have a life outside the gym. And I'm doing when I'm in camp, I'm really focused and really I'm also tired to do stuff and I'm lazy, when I get back from like a 3 hour session, I just wanna chill. But I'm very like my routine is like when I'm in fight camp is strictly gym, home, eat, sleep. Over the weekends, I'm doing stuff for myself to like get like completely get out of that, that to I don't know, because I'm in Orlando. I've been one time to Universal, and I don't know. I'm doing my nails. I'm like I'm a girl,
Mhm. Girly girl.
doing all these stuffs. Yeah, going out to like a restaurant or something. If I'm not in camp, most, but if I'm in camp, it's more like it's a bit complicated. Not that I wouldn't, not that I like, with calorie allowance, whatever. I'm very, I'm very strict. I'm doing exactly what I'm told to. So I'm not whatever they send me for food, whatever I'm very, very strict
Mhm.
when it comes to that. But I do stuff. I do stuff, outside the gym. But mostly when I'm in camp, I am all for the gym.
Mhm. Yeah, I know it's like hard as a girl, especially like in MMA, to like take care of yourself but still train because like you want to get your nails and you want to get hair done, but like it all gets messed up
Yeah.
in the gym. But I'm glad that you get your self-care time.
Yes,
Um,
of course.
yeah, going out to restaurants too is really nice. Like even
No.
like in camp, you obviously have to like take care of your calories and things like that. But I like that answer. Another question I have is what's the biggest risk you've taken for your career and was it worth it?
Um, so I'm not really taking risks. I'm class. Maybe I just don't get that the word, but I definitely sacrifice a lot. I would say maybe the same thing. I would definitely sacrifice a lot. The risk, I can't say I took a risk when I moved out of my hometown because thinking about it now, if I would have been there still, you know, it's, I don't think there's anything that I would accomplish more if I would have still stayed there. So it's not really a risk that I took. Nothing would have happened if I didn't.
Mhm.
literally. Like not,
Yeah.
nothing actually would have happened. But I did sacrifice a lot. Like I love my family, and I have a really strong connection with my family, as in my mom, dad, grandma, sister, and her husband. We are so close. And I also moved to England from Germany. I went to Germany first. I was alone. I was like, whatever, without them. And then when I moved to England, I was with them, and I like stayed over there for like eight years, which was really nice. And then I'm here, they are there, and also the difference of time. So that's definitely one sacrifice that I made. I would say, like traveling to countries by myself, starting from zero,
Mhm.
and away from my family. It's just, yeah, it kind of sucks. Also, actually, yeah, maybe I would say like a risk that I took. It was opening an OnlyFans account because I was like broke as hell.
Mhm.
Literally, I was actually so broke that like every Christmas at that time, at a period of time when I used to go home, everybody was giving gifts. Even they were used to give me gifts, and I didn't have no money. I even have some videos of me crying, and my mom asked me, "Oh, why are you crying?" And I'm like, "Ah, fuck," because I don't have no money to bring you no gifts, and I felt so bad. So, yeah, a risk, actually thinking about it, that is a risk. I would class that as a risk because I was like, oh, what people are gonna think about me. But then after thinking of, I don't care.
Mhm.
I fully inside, I don't care. I
Yeah.
fully don't care what people say. And that was the best decision of my life, but it was a risk. Like, what
Mhm.
if, I don't know, what if my family don't support? What if there's a lot of what ifs?
Mhm.
But that happened to be the best decision. Otherwise, I wouldn't be even here because like MMA is an expensive sport.
Yeah.
It's, oh my god, all the kit, all the food, the supplements, all of that. It's very expensive,
Mhm.
and I'm glad I did that.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be having the money to be here or to be chasing my dreams. To be honest, because it's hard. Like I said, it's very expensive.
Yeah. With all the food and like the gear that you have to buy, the training sessions, like
Yeah, now if you think about it, if you do go to work, if you do go to like a work, then you spending your time at work, and then by the time you come home, you're tired, and maybe not even, like even if you work in an office, you're mentally tired to even go to the gym. And I'm
Mhm.
not saying that's not possible. It's 100% possible. There's a lot of, but for me, because I'm not athletic. I'm really not an athletic person. I need to just be there. It's very hard for me.
Mhm.
I'm not really talented either, and it was hard work for me. It was hard work, and it was so much more harder when I used to work. I had so many jobs.
Mhm.
God, I had so many jobs, but it was hard. It was so hard.
I know you worked as a security officer, like for the UFC once, right?
I did. Yeah, I was, oh God. It was such a great experience. I was like, oh my God. It was amazing. Yeah.
My,
I even spoke to some like head of security guards there, it's the UFC guys
mhm.
actually, because I was a subcontractor. And I said, yeah, one day I'll be here as well. And it was
Oh,
people were like, oh, okay, all right. I mean, I guess they get that all the
all the
time from
time.
security people. But I'm like, ooh,
Brush
I
it off the shoulder.
just want to work. I know. Yeah,
um,
so great.
I, I love that. I really love that. Your answer there. Um, because I feel like people don't really think about the risks I've taken. They're just like, oh, I've done it and it's part of my life now. But
Yeah,
I'm glad that you opened up about like OnlyFans and things like that because people always like they only see that what's outside. They don't see like what risks you actually took and like what led to that. And I actually did want to hear about that, so I'm glad that you brought it up. Um, another question I had for you was, do you still get nervous like before your fights, and how do you deal with your nerves?
yes, I'm a very nervous person, and it kind of affected me before I actually start to work with Micah and learn how to calm myself and my mind down a bit. I'm
Mhm.
still having a lot more to learn. I just started a few months ago, but yeah, before I was just getting myself overwhelmed with that emotion and that fear. It's not even the fear of like, it's just it's such a weird type of fear that you have. Like, what is gonna happen? Oh, but like I'm talking a month before my fight, I was already thinking about that.
Mhm.
But like I should be focusing on what's on my training or anything else. I was just very all over the place with my mind. Um, but yeah, normally I'm a very nervous person, and I'm learning now to just control those type of nerves
Mhm.
and get the best. Even the fight. I can give you an example. The fight before my last one. I had the best camp. I was very fit. I was very, but even in the cage, I felt like I was hearing her corner. My mouth was getting dry. I was focusing on everything on this planet Earth, but the actual fight.
Mhm.
So yeah, that that's insane. If that takes over you, it's just you losing your mind. And I just lost my mind also in the third round. I just yeah, and I also lost.
Mhm.
So
That I totally get that, like you focusing on other things other than the fight. I feel like if you overthink in the fight, you just like your mind goes everywhere else except the fight.
it's crazy how your mind works and not helping you and
Hmm.
create all the bad scenarios before everything else. So,
Hmm.
but that's normal actually, but you just have to be working around it.
Especially on a big scene like the UFC, people always get more nervous than,
Yeah,
different
yeah,
promotions, of course.
true that. That's so true. Like even me, I felt like, but after all, if you think about it, it's big. UFC is big, a lot of people eyes on you, but it's still a fight. I feel like you're still getting in there. You're still alone. Nothing changes really. You're still there against your opponent. It's exactly the same. But we have to make it bigger or worse than it is in our heads.
Yeah. I love that answer. I love that how you're being so honest, and it's like a breath of fresh air because people really don't talk about too much of this, like
Yeah.
overthinking in the cage and things like that. Um, so into my last question about the risk and reward of MMA. What's the most rewarding part of fighting for you? Is it like the win, the fans, or is like something else?
Well, I guess. That's a good question. It's definitely a win. A win feels like, but it's only, I don't know, it's all, even the winning, when you win. I won my last fight. That was my whole dream. I worked so hard. I was so happy and so, like, I could breathe. I felt like, oh,
Mhm.
fuck, man. Wow, we did it. And then, I don't know, I felt sad a week and 2 weeks after. I don't know. They don't even ask me why. I just felt sad. I was like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I won. It's all I wanted. But then I guess, I don't know, some stuff happened in Romania because I went on a holiday. I didn't like how people were, family issues over there. Like, I don't know. And then I was sad.
Mhm.
I just, but I guess, yeah, the winning is the most rewarding part of this whole because I have OnlyFans and like, I love, everybody does UFC because of the money, because and I would be hypocrite to say that I don't like. I love the fact that I'm getting paid finally. I never got paid like I earned like 100, 200 euros per fight before, maybe not even.
Oh wow.
I'm so glad that I'm like doing what I love and I'm getting paid so much. But because I have OnlyFans, I guess for me it's like more I want to win and I want to be there like more than like I can sustain all of these fight camps with the OnlyFans money.
Mhm.
But yeah, when you win also big money, which it's also amazing at the same time. But I'm like in between. I love the fact that I'm getting paid. I appreciate it. I'm grateful. But I also I love, even if I wouldn't, I think even if I wouldn't get paid,
Hmm.
but I would still fight there, I would still fight there because
Yeah,
it's amazing.
it's
And
the
they treat
UFC.
you, yeah, they treat you so good. Like, I don't know why people talk stuff. I don't know. I've been treated like a princess every
Mhm.
time. Everybody from the UFCPI helped me. Any question, any issue, anything. I don't know. Absolutely anything.
Mhm.
Fight camp, fight week. While I was there, like I said, I don't know. I just love UFC, UFCPI. All of the guys from the UFC are just amazing to me. So I guess if you're a nice person as well, you're gonna get good good stuff
Mhm.
back in life, not
Yeah.
necessarily like yeah.
I'm glad to hear your point of view on that because most people say like the UFC isn't the best promotion or things like that, like other promotions are better. And I'm like, I feel like the UFC does treat their fighters like princesses and princes. Like,
That's how I feel. I'm not even talking in nobody's name. I don't know
mhm,
how other people relationships are,
mhm.
but me, I'm very pleased with everything. So therefore, I'm glad to be there, part of this.
Yeah, and all that like the nice treatment they gave you like in the UFCPI, like it really does reflect on your fights, which I want to get into right now. Because your last fight was an absolute dog fight. Like you dominated the cage, honestly. I was so entertained the whole fight. And I feel like I only watched that fight card because of you. I literally I was waiting for your fight. So during the fight, I noticed that you were like smiling during like some of the exchanges. And I was like, I wonder what's going through her head in those moments. So what was going through your head in those
Oh
moments?
my God. You know what? I've been getting that comment all the time and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not laughing. I'm not smiling. What are people talking about? Then I went and I watched the fight. I can see me doing that. But that's my face. That is my face when I'm like, when I'm in the middle of the fight. That is that's my face. I'm not even smiling, but I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, people saying I'm smiling. I'm not. I'm definitely not. I'm not. But that's literally my struggle. That's my struggle face.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Like your
do that.
straining face. You're like,
Yeah.
I really did
Uh,
think you were smiling though. That was kind of funny.
yeah. I think I did smile one time when she was, I don't know, I felt like she was poking my eyes, and I'm always paranoid about eye pokes because I just have sensitive eyes, and I'm having these minor injuries in the gym as well,
Mhm.
like poking eyes or like even the glove touching my eyeball, and they've been so often that I'm like very paranoid. And she did poke me a bit, but she didn't want it to. And the referee then like stop it. And I said, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I'm like, it's fine, it's fine. I was like, God. I think that's when I actually smiled a bit.
Mhm. I love that. I love that because I feel like everyone thought you were smiling, but I'm glad that you cleared it up because I was confused too.
Yeah, I was confused too. Like, what? People telling me to smile. I don't smile. We even have a discussion with my other coach saying that you should, when you're getting punched and people approve it, like, when you're getting a like good punch from your opponent and you approve it or you
Mhm.
smile, that actually shows you're hurt. So I should always poker face to face. So I'm like avoiding to smile or anything like that on purpose. And then I'll like read in the comments that I was smiling. I'm like, no, it's not. That's my struggle face.
Mhm. I feel like I do that sometimes when I'm sparring, but like I spar with mostly men, so that's why I'm like, oh, when they hit me, I'm like, okay, you got me. So I should stop doing that. I feel like because I feel like they're gonna keep on
I
doing
mean,
it.
it's cool in the gym, but then you're gonna get it. You're gonna do it in a fight, involuntary, like
Hmm.
just because you're used to it.
Hmm.
Yeah, you should stop doing that.
Yeah. Okay. Going into like, I wanted to talk about your last fight. How did it finally feel to get that first like UFC win? And on top of that, you got fight of the night bonus. How did that feel?
My God! So let me tell you, when I found out like that, first of all, the fact that I won, it was the biggest happiness of my life. I cannot express. Like, I was the happiest person on the a train. If a train would have hit me that night, I would have been happy. I don't care. I did not care.
Hmm.
But then I went because obviously Vegas. Then we went into the casino and we just played those slot machines. I was winning on slot machines too. When I got
Oh wow.
I've seen on UFC page that fight of the night, and
Hmm.
we were screaming there. Me and my family came also to my dad, like we were screaming in the casino that, oh my god, it's crazy. Like I won, but then I won that. It's too much. Wow. So yeah, it was the best feeling of my whole life. I don't think I ever felt that happy and like pleased and at peace with
Hmm.
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're in the casino winning, and also you won that. That's crazy. I
Oh,
love.
I also won like 100 and something dollars on that machine. And while we were like jumping and like I had I don't know about 20 free spins, but meanwhile I was getting that news as well, the UFC, and we were just jumping and the machine was keep winning and I'm like, oh my god, we are winning, bro. What? It was
I
a
love that.
really, really special moment.
Hmm. I love that. And honestly, congratulations, because that's a really big accomplishment. Most people obviously don't get fight of the night, and that bonus really does boost someone's confidence. Um, and I love that for you.
Thank
So,
you so much.
so going into the next question I have is, do you feel like that fight showed fans who you really are as a fighter, or do you think they have more to prove?
Uh, um, well, most of my people that were following me, I like a scrap. I'm a scrappy fighter, and I'm not afraid to get hit at all. And I shouldn't. I should be more careful. But when I'm in there, I just don't care. I'm like, I love a scrap, and I love the fact that my opponent was the same. Because if you get like a running around opponent, you would just,
Yeah.
I kind of struggle. So yeah, I'm glad I got that type of opponent, so we can put up a show, so we can show, well, what I can do, what she can do. It was really good. I don't think it could have been even, you know, better if I would have had a different type of opponent.
Mhm.
But I forgot your question. Jesus.
I just asked, like, do you feel like that fight really showed like fans who you are as a fighter, or do you have more to prove?
Yeah, I got more to prove, definitely. There's so much more improvement that I can make, especially on my head movement. I got I got hit so many unnecessary times
Hmm.
just because I just like to get into the heat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been working on it. I've been working on what I noticed I did wrong in my last fight. I've
Hmm.
been working on it. We are working on it. So yeah, whenever is the next fight, I'm gonna be so, you know, pleased to show what I've been working on.
Your new like arsenal that you've been working on, like everything that you've been working on is gonna be shown in
I
the next.
mean, yeah, not too much crazy stuff, basic stuff, but like basic always wins. I don't know.
Mhm.
But I'm also very also an unorthodox person.
Mhm.
When I spar, when I grapple, I just pull the craziest moves that I have no idea what I just did, but I just did it.
Mhm.
But I'm trying to keep it basic.
Love that. So getting into the second to last question I have for you is did getting that bonus like change anything for you, your mindset, your confidence? Because I know you said that after your first two losses in the UFC, you felt like you were done. So did this bonus change your attitude towards fighting?
Uh, I mean, it I wouldn't say it changed a lot. The goal stays the same. Always win, always do better, always perform better, always throw a good performance for the fans also. Because after all, they are, they are, we are doing this for ourselves, but also for the fans, to put up a show. Um, it didn't change more than what I knew I have to do it before. Although it's the same. Its goal is the same. It motivates me to do more. Um, and I'm also grateful, like, and humble. Also, I'm a really humble person. Um, yeah, I don't think it changed anything in
Mhm.
my goal. Still stays the same. Still, I'm training more.
Mhm.
I want to prove more. So well, yeah, that definitely helped me out a bit with like the money.
Mhm.
I'm staying in Orlando right now, and like I'm still paying my rent and my stuff in UK and my cars and everything. But now I have to pay like here an apartment, monthly bills, training, everything from zero. So
Mhm.
that money helps me a lot
Mhm.
with this that the fact that I'm here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that. So my last question for you, you can keep it short and sweet, whatever. When are you wanting to fight next, and who is someone that you're wanting to fight next?
Oh, yeah, that's oh God. I wish to fight another fight this year by the end of the year. I'm not sure. With whoever they give me, I don't even have names. I don't watch UFC. I'm casual. I'm a
Mhm.
casual. I don't watch UFC. Um, and I guess because I was living in UK, and every time the UFC starts, it's middle of the night up to like 5 a.m. in the morning, and yeah, you can watch it the next days or whatever. It's not the same as
Yeah.
here. Like 6 o'clock, there's so many bars. Like there's no such thing in there's no
Mhm.
there's no UFC in a bar in UK
Yeah.
or anyone else. Just here in US. I was so impressed with that.
Yeah.
I like that. So it's different. That's why I don't watch UFC. So I would say anyone whoever whoever the matchmakers think I would be a good matchup with, I'm down.
Yeah. So I like that answer, by the way. Because I feel like people always have the names, and I'm glad that you're honest about being like a
Not
casual
again. I
because you
am
don't know the
very,
name.
very.
Mhm. But I'm glad that I feel like you're still riding the high of your last fight. Like you're still kind of happy, and I'm glad that your training camps have been good, and your last fight really did show your improvement mentally and physically. So yeah, thank you so much for your time.
Thank
And
you for inviting me. It was
of
a
course,
pleasure.
it was so nice meeting you at combat night, and you're just really really sweet, and I'm glad that your career is going great, and I'm so
Thank you.
happy for you, and I'm excited to see your next fight.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you so much for your time. Bye, have a great day.
Bye.